So today we are going to be reading a story called Wolf by Becky Bloom. And my focus with this story today is reading fluently, as you can see there on the bottom left. And I apologize for my throat. I'm a little sick today and for the rain that just started. So we'll see how it goes. So when you go through reading for the first time and you're looking at a piece of text on the screen, it looks busy like this picture here. You see words all over the page, kind of like the traffic or the cars that you see in this picture. And the punctuation or periods that tell you when to slow down or stop, those are also there. And, the last thing that you're thinking of when you first look at a piece of text is what the character is actually thinking or feeling. And there's so much to explore, like in this picture. There's a coffee shop and donuts, and look at the ice cream truck in the traffic. So there's a lot to take in. So that's why we don't read just once. So our first time reading, you're just absorbing all of that. So for example, here's the text in the very beginning of the story, and I'm going to show you how most people, especially students and third graders, sound when they first get a piece of text in front of them. So I'm just going to share with you what is normal when you first start reading it. So it might sound like this the first time. After walking for many days, a wolf wandered into a quiet little town. He was tired and hungry. His feet ached, and he had only a little money that he kept for emergencies then. And I can't even hardly finish it because you can already tell it's almost robotic. But it's the first time we're seeing the words, so we're just trying to take in every word, and it sounds like this, and we know we don't sound right, and we get frustrated. Okay, so the first time reading, we usually do it inside our head. We read silently for the first time, and that's why, because everybody sounds that way in their head when they first read text the first time. But if we look at our second time, I've got the green check mark there. The words we've said, we've seen, we're like, okay, I have an idea of what's going to be on the page. But the second time is when you really look closer at the traffic. And that's why I've zoomed in here on this photo with the red light. And you got the jogger, he's got to know when to stop. She's definitely waiting. It's like traffic, although I know you guys don't drive, but your parents do. And when they run a red light, or when it turns yellow and they speed up. So punctuation is like that. And we've got to basically drive along the road, but also look ahead. Is that light about to change yellow or red or what? So that's what good readers do. They look at the punctuation at the end of the sentence, not when they get there. It's too late to stop. Then they look at it a few words ahead. So that's a skill that takes time. So becoming the character, my third point here on the page, we can't even do that yet until we get the punctuation right. And here's what that sounds like. After walking for many days, a wolf wandered into a quiet little town. He was tired and hungry. His feet ached, and he had only a little money that he kept for emergencies. Then he remembered, there's a farm outside this village, he thought. I'll find some food there. As he peered over the farm fence, he saw a pig, a duck, and a cow reading in the sun. So do you see the difference already? You're starting to get a feel for what the author's about to say because he's inserting those comments in between there. That's why we pause. Okay, those are the yellow lights that we shouldn't be speeding through. So let's look for a third time reading. This is when we're like, okay, I know what the word says. I know where the commas are and the periods. And this time I get to actually feel what the character is experiencing. I get to become the character and look at the world through their eyes. So let's look at the difference that the third time reading something can bring. Third time. After walking for many days, a wolf wandered into a quiet little town. He was tired and hungry, and his feet ached, and he had only a little money that he kept for emergencies. Then he remembered, there's There's a farm outside this village, he thought. I'll find some food there. As he peered over the farm fence, he saw a pig, a duck, and a cow reading in the sun. So we know that the character's starving, right? So we get a chance to bring that to the page. You noticed I kind of peered over and went, that was my attempt to pretend like I was hungry. But you get a chance to bring the whole character together with the punctuation and the story, and you feel it and you enjoy it. Reading is so much better that way. So as we practice in class how to not only learn how to read the words, we want to focus on our fluency. And a lot of people say, or a lot of people think when the teacher says, we're going to practice our fluency class, kids think that you want them to read like this. After walking for many days, a wolf wandered into a quiet little town. He was tired and hungry, his feet ached, and that's just crazy. Fluency is not about speed or how fast you can read through something. It's, do you look at the punctuation? Do you get a feel for the character? Are you sounding like the character? Are you using that tone and pronouncing the words and stopping suddenly when you can tell the author wants you to? That's fluency. It has nothing to do with speed. It has everything to do with comprehension and what you're taking in from the text. So as we go through the rest of the story together today, don't expect to sound like that the first time or the second. And if it takes 5 times, it's worth it, because then you can say you have fully read the story, comprehended it, lived it, enjoyed it. Good luck.